Shalom, shalom, everybody. Shalom, shalom. It is Emmanuel, Pt.2, Yahuah, back again, once more, to do part 2 of Yahusha is Yahuah multi-series. For the mainstays and the regulars that's here, welcome back. Baruch Shalom to you. For those newcomers and the ones that's been leaving, remarks and replies and responses in the comment section, and they've been I've got the receipts, to say the least. And I've seen, some that are inclined or invested to want to know more, as it appeared, as it seemed in, the chat box, the comment section. But I'm gonna hold off on addressing the elephant in the room and all of that until the end of the video. For now, I want to stay focused on the topic, on the task at hand, and that mission that I'm on seek to achieve and accomplish is Yahusha is Yahuah. So I want to concentrate on that, and let's slice that up. Let's get to debunking these other mighty ones, these other deities. Let's get to going into the scriptures and gathering 2 to 3 witnesses, maybe even 4 or 5, from a couple of references I got right here. So I had a beloved Cuddy that was asking me my references and stuff. So one of them looks like this. I've shown it before, but I'll just show it again. And it's on Amazon. A lot of the references material that I use for my content is, especially this one. This one helps me determine and decipher and decode letters, words, meanings, etymology, all of those things, all the above. It checks all the boxes. It dots every I and crosses every T. So with that being said, I would just first and foremost I just want to give all the credit, all the due diligence, high above, to the man upstairs, to Yahuah, Yahusha HaMashiach. All worship, all worship, all praise, all honor, all esteem, all exaltation to his name on this Yom, on this day that he has brought to pass, brought to fruition, brought forth, that I'm rejoiced and glad in, that you're rejoiced and glad in, that we are rejoiced and glad in, and happy are we. So help me, so help us. Let it be so, so shall it be. So be it. And this is going to be a great lesson, a great study. And for those of you that's tuning in, I humbly ask that you watch all of it. You don't have to watch it, the whole video in one heat. Watch the video from beginning to end. Maybe it'll take you some days, a few days, couple days. Maybe it'll take you a week. But hey, stream it, binge watch it. I make long form videos. As a host on this YouTube station, this YouTube channel, this YouTube account. And for those of you out there in YouTube land and YouTubeville, I make long form videos. If I wanted to make a short, I'll make it make sense. I'll put it on YouTube Shorts. I'm not finna just sit there and shoot a short when I can expound upon, the subject or the topic in a discussion like this, in a forum like this, in HD, in 4K, you know. So, and for those of you who look at the footage and the archives of you know, the historic files that Yahusha has Baruch me and favored me with, make sure down in the comments you tell me if this lighting is good, if this lighting is, you know, satisfactory. You know, you gotta excuse my vocabulary because I'm still working on my vocabulary. I'm a work in progress, just like every other Aki and Cuddy, brother, sister, for that matter. So, you know, just bear with me. Pardon me from time to time. Excuse me from time to time, because I can go on a rant and I can go on a tangent. So, but anyhow, I want to get this thing going. So, enough with the introductories. So, I got notes here, per normal, per usual. Got some notes. The first thing I want to do is just break down Yahusha's name. Okay? The name value. The name has so much value. So, I have on my board here. Let's get that on. Let's get that in the camera. Okay? Look at this. Look at this now. Take a peek at that. All right? Take a gander at that. So, I'm not the greatest and best artist in the world. So, I just wanted to draw something close to Yahusha's name being written out. And so you see this part where the dialects are, you can still see half of Yahuah's name in Yahusha's name. And you can see Yahusha's name in Yahuah's name. So how are they not one and the same? You see what I'm talking about? They're one and the same. Yakad. Akkad. Look at that. The dialect. You look over there, you see Yahoo right there. Let's get to breaking that down. Okay? Everybody saw that. So now, I'm gonna erase this for the moment. If anyone wants to see it again, just rewind it back. But for right now, here's what we're gonna do. And I'm also gonna write down the reference. And we're gonna go to it as well. Okay? Now, Yahu. Hebrew, Yahu. Now, let's write it out. Yahu. Now, I'm going to show y'all something. Okay. Here's what Yahu in Hebrew is converted as in English. Now look. Yahu stands for this right here. Yahu. It is I. I am he. It is me. and I'm gonna jot the references down. Okay, I'm gonna jot the references down. I'm not gonna go to all the references until after I have written Yahusha's name out. Everybody follow that? All right, everybody's tracking. So, right here. Here's what I want to show you. I'm gonna write out a few of these, just in case. Just in case there's questions, comments, and concerns. I'm gonna just write them out, and I'm gonna leave them on here until after I write them all down. I'm gonna put that in there. I'm also gonna put right here, I'm gonna put, here we go. Just like that, okay? I'm gonna flash that again. See over here to this side? I put all the Strong's references of the Hebrew just for educational edification purposes. Okay. Now let's go to Ush. We said Yahu. Now let's go to Ush. Yahu, Ush, Sha. So let's break it all down. Okay. Now, U-S-H means this. Write this out for everyone, because I know a lot of times, more often than not, there's people that just gimme, and they're taking it wrong with it, but don't search the matter, look into the matter, you know. This is why I like to do long form videos, for this cause right here. So now look. Right there. And two. Let's say that. Look. Oosh. Means that. To come help, to lend aid. Everybody see that? North and south? Head nod? Okay. Okay. Now, let's do Sha. Yahusha. Let's write that out. And everybody should know what Sha means. Yasha. Yashaya. We're going to break that down today too, in just a little while. Put that right there. Wham. Like so. Get the erasing on this one. And Sha means this one. And there's so many different witnesses to his name. So, and this is just a few. It means this. To it means to okay, and it means let me go a little bit closer here. If you enjoy these long form videos, don't forget to thumb up the live, hit the like, and subscribe. And hit the bell icon. All right, look. Shah. To save, to rescue, to deliver, to bring to safety. Everyone see that? All right. Okay. That's the name breakdown of Yahusha. So now I'm gonna give you an eye opener. Okay? I'm gonna give you an eye opener now. Let's give you an eye opener. Let's write out Yahuah and show you that Yahusha is in his name and it's him. In spirit and truth. In the physical sense and in the spiritual sense. Yahuah, Yahusha HaMashiach. Now look. When you write Yahuah, notice this. Okay, I highlighted the fourth letter, which is a U. Why do I highlight? How come do I highlight the fourth letter? Well, as we know, and to some of you that don't, number 4 is one of the numbers of completion. So is number 7. And so is number 12, correct? Yahusha had 12 disciples. There's 4 watch hours. Now, look at this. I want y'all. I'm gonna number it, just so everybody can right to left and left to right, so everybody can bear witness. Okay. Now notice how the number of completion is in Yahusha's name. 7 letters in his name. I just wanted to point that out too. But let's get back to the point of the U. Here's the thing. The U is a tent peg. You get me? The U is a tent peg. The U is a nail used to raise the arms of a man, right? So with me putting Yahuah up there, his name converts to this. Okay? Here's what his name converts to. Look at that. Okay? Yahuah's name converts to this. Behold nail, behold hand. So if Yahuah's name converts to behold nail, behold hand, whose hand was pierced? Whose hand are we bearing witness and bearing sight to? You see what I'm talking about? You see what I'm saying? Now, I'm going to show you what else. I'm going to give you a second witness to Yahuah's name. So if Yahuah's name means behold nail, behold hand, we talking about Yahusha. Yahushua HaMashiach. For those out there that know, you got it. This is for the ones that are hemmed up on other things, other mighty ones, other deities, and whatnot. So his name also means this. Yahuah's name. So it means this. Look. Man with arms raised is what Yahuah's name means. And if his name means behold nail, behold hand, man with arms raised, who arms you think were raised? Yep, you said it right. You guessed it. Yahusha HaMashiach. See that? Now, let's do your third witness. I already gave you two. Let's give you a third. Let's give you a third. And this is very searchable. This is very doable on your own. On your lonesome. You don't have to just take Aki Manuel's word. Aki Emmanuel Matit Yahu's word. Now look at this. Here we go. Now, let's do that. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Yahuah's name also means this. It says tent peg in hand. So behold nail, behold hand, man with arms raised, tent peg in hand. If all three of these things are the meaning behind Yahuah's name, wouldn't we be talking about Yahusha HaMashiach? Wouldn't Yahusha be Yahuah? Listen, the names are intermingled. The names are huddled together. The names are combined. One. Not two, not three, not four, not five. One. Okay? Got that pointed out. So, we gave you three witnesses of the name of our Maker and Creator, our Heavenly Father, Father of lights. We said, behold hand, behold hand, behold nail. Behold nail and hand. Behold hand, behold nail. Tent peg in hand, man with arms raised. We said, Yahusha's name is, it is I am he, it is me, to come help, to lend aid, to save, to rescue, to deliver, bring to safety. Doesn't that sound like what a father would do? Doesn't that sound like what a redeemer, a healer, a rescuer, a savior, a messiah, a deliverer would do? A sovereign, a master, a king would do? Doesn't that sound like that? Oh, that's not enough. Let me circle back to the you. The you right there in Yahuah name, Yahusha name. Yahuah, Yahusha HaMashiach, Yahuah Usha, the you. Let's digest that. Let's dissect. Now, it means like this. I wanna put something for every eye that's watching to see. Looks like this. Okay. But it means This is deep. This is deep. I'm gonna write it all out. I was gonna abbreviate it and simplify it, but no. Ruach HaKodesh is like, I'll give them everything. So, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna put it all in here. Leave nothing out. All meat. Now look. The U in Yahusha means this. Translates to this and is interpreted as this. To hasten a hand, eager to assemble self. Ruma Yahuah. Ruma Yahuah. Yahusha. I know you all out there in YouTubeville. In YouTube land have not come across any breakdowns like this, and there's no confusion involved in real truth, true Hebrew. There's nothing but perfection in Hebraic Abrit. Right? So now let's go to the witnesses in the Strongs, shall we? Let's do that. Let's sound that out. H 3050. 3050. And we know what 3050 is gonna be right off the bat. Yah, right there. But you can't have just Yah only. That's only half of the name. We need the other half. And the other half of his name is the better half of Yahusha name. So you got both in the same name. They put YHWH on H3068, but if you look down here, right, at the bottom portion of my board, I'm debunking by way of the Ruach HaKodesh, through the Ruach HaKodesh. That's the bunk down here at the bottom. And for those of you who have been here numerous times, multiple times, several times, and have been here for the first part, know that the number sequence down at the bottom that I'll be having don't add up. The math just ain't mathing. The math is just not mathing, right? It's just not mathing. So that means, that's how you know it's made up, imaginary, and make believe. It's YHUH, and now we're gonna tap into that too. The self-existent one, right there. 1961 is the other witness. 1961. Lay up past it. Let me go back. Hayah. And we're going to break down Hayah today too. We're going to break it down. To exist, to be, become, to come to pass. Always emphatic. Beacon together. Beacon all together. Be, become, be accomplished, be committed, be like. Image and likeness. Self-explanatory. It's all there. Look at that. 3467. We can trek back over there and see a whole nother witness. 3467. Yahusha. Probably to be open, wide, or free, to be safe, to defend, deliverer, help, preserve, rescue, be safe, bring salvation, having salvation, save, savior, get victory. Simple enough, easy enough, right? And what's it? 5789 in the Hebrew. I can slide over there too. And that says Oosh. Oosh. They put the US only, but it's Oosh. U-S-H. And it says to hasten, to assemble a self. So that means to fasten. What do? When they raise Yahusha's arms, they fasten him with the tent peg, with the nail, to the stake, to the timber, to the tree. And still couldn't get, still couldn't take what's eternally his. Tried to spit on him and smote him, smack him, slap him, whip him, and still he survived. We'll get there. I'm just, I don't want to get ahead of myself, okay? Because there's a lot to cover. It's a lot to cover today, okay? Now, here's the thing. Let's break down Yahusha's name. Let's break down that. Let's break down his name some more. I'm gonna take you to one more witness before I put this away. Just one more witness back here. One more really quick. I might come back. May or may not. Depends on the Ruah. But Oosh. 8787. And it says, what? A foundation. And he's our solid rock on which we stand. Solid foundation. 787. Then you go over to 803. Higher, Shar, higher. You got Oosh, Usha. They put an A. They put the letters backwards. Usha should be US, not SU. Foundation, to be found. Foundation, right there in plain sight, plain as day. Now look at this. I want you all to take a peek and take a gander at what Yahusha name stand for in the Hebrew. And I'm going to put what it is in English. Now watch. It means this. Okay. Yahusha name means this. Ha-Kahan. Kahan. Kahan. Ha-Kahan. Meaning high priest. Look at that. Can't even make this up. Can't make this up at all. Study. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters out there. Study, research. You don't gotta wait for your Aki to show up and show you what I've been studying and things like this. You all can do this. I challenge you all to study and research. And go and fact check. You can check facts and fact check me. But you can't make this stuff up. They made this up. Down here. At the bottom. This YHWH. Okay? There ain't even no vowel points in Hebrew. Now, I'm gonna show you this. It looks like this. It's T, let me slide that over a little bit. It's T S A D A Q A H, and it means this. Yahusha. See that? Tisadak. You see that? Son. Ben. Bond. Son. Tisadak. Tisadak. Sadak. Yahusha Sadak. Tisadak. Meaning Ben, Bond, son. Everybody got it. Everybody got it. That's out there watching. Okay. So now look. I want you to see this one. Means this. Okay. So now you got Yahusha Messiah, the anointed one. Everybody see it? Okay. Witness upon witness. You all out there? Witness upon witness I'm dropping on you. And we just halfway started. Okay? Halfway through. And then his name also translate as such. You can put this. You can say this. Boom. Boom. It's like this. It'll look something like this. All right? Boom. Boom. Mashiach means this right here. Let me show you. I'm gonna put it in layman's terms so people can know. Look, see that down at the bottom? Messiah. That's what it means. Messiah. Okay? Let me show you what else means Messiah too. I'm gonna show you something else. And this just brings me great joy and gladness and happiness to be here and get back to the Sovereign of Sovereigns, King of Kings, Yahuah, Yahusha HaMashiach. Now look a little something like this. Look like that right there. And then it can go for this here. See this? Boom. Boom. Now look. Yahusha, the branch. Yes. The branch that formed all the branches, all the 12 tribes, all of the nations, all of the Gentiles, cleaving and clinging, grafted in, and everything in between. Yahusha HaMashiach is that. Now, allow me to cross some of my notes out so I don't repeat myself. Okay? I don't want to repeat myself. So let's do something like this. Boom. 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 Okay? Boom, 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 boom. Right down the page. Scratch, scratch, scratch. Scratch this. Scratch it out. Okay? That's what we're gonna do. Okay. Now look. Right, let's break down Yahuah. I want to show you how Yahusha's name is revealed in Yahuah. I'm gonna erase some of this off the board. I know you guys probably already screenshot it by now, so that's fine. It's fine with me, fine by me. Now, let me go up here and erase some of this off the board. Let's write these out. I want you to see this. So here's how it looks. Y-A-H. Then H-A. Then Y-A. Sha. Write this down. Right. Who is living? Or spirit right there. Okay? Right, so he is I'll put this here, put it up here, just for all to see. Okay? So that everybody can, let's say, who will. Now, when I'm done writing this, and you guys made it this far and seen this part, point out to me What part of Yahuah's name is Yahusha's name? Point out to me which one of these abbreviations in Yahusha, Yahuah, Yahuah. See that? Because people like to add in W where the Y goes, or where the U goes, and just inputting letters that don't belong. Okay, so look, I just want to put this Shah, who yes. Yep. I'll write a little smaller so that it all gets on there. And boom. Okay. Now, look at this. In that Yahuah, Yahuah, right? You see Yah up there. He is the right-handed creator. He is right. You see Ha, who is living, breathing life, and Ruah, spirit. Then you see Yah, Y-A, who will bear the stake, be hung, and survive. Then you see Shah, who gives eternal rest, existence, restoration, and deliverance. Is it Yah, Y-H-A, Ha, H-A, Y-A, or S-H-A? And really, there's no right or wrong answer. But we can clearly see, if you catch my drift, okay? The first two letters tells you that Yahuah is Yahusha, Yahusha is Yahuah. The first two letters. And then, here's another kicker. I'm going to give you another capper to put into your thinking box up there. Into your left and right brain. Right and left brain, huh? Yeah. So, let me get this erased. So much to cover today. I should have fair warned everyone, but I already said that I make long form videos, so close enough. Okay. Now I'm really open your eyes now with this one. So we got one letter in particular, the A. We know the significance of the U. Now let's get the significance of the A. Ooh ah, ooh sha, ah ah ah. That A sound. Let's get the A right there. Boom. Do that. Now look. And Okay? The A in Yahuah, Yahusha, looks like this. Who gives his people ascension in the eyes of the Most High. Everybody saw that? Okay. Before I erase that, let me do this. Let's do this. Let's cross that. And cross this. And cross this. And cross this. Now, there's some witnesses to go with this. And I'm going to give them to you. I'm going to give them to you. We got to go back to the Strongs. I know I've visited at least once or twice in this particular recording, in this particular video. So, looks like we'll be revisiting. Now, and if you got a Strongs, please follow along. And I'm gonna glance this across the screen so everybody can get a nice sneak peek at this. Okay. Okay. It's 81. Yeah. Boom. And yeah. Okay. 4 witnesses. And that number 4, as we explained and described, is a number of completion. Now, let's go there real quick. Let's go there. Okay. H32. 57. 3257 looks a little something like this. Yah, Y-A, Yah, primitive root to a shovel. It's a shovel. It says to brush aside or sweep away. So if YA, age 3257, and the partner, the witness, age 3261 means to brush aside or sweep away with a shovel, who do you think those 2 witnesses is referring to? What they try to do with Yahusha? Brush him aside, sweep him away, shovel, dirt on him, like he was just gonna be dead and gone, like he just was gonna be in death forever, like he was just gonna be off and unalived, never to return again. That he was just gonna be cursed and hung, and there wasn't gonna be no revival. Think again. Think twice and thrice. Because look at here. To brush aside, to sweep away, as in a shovel. So they put him on trial. They put him in front of them Romans, them Pharisees, them Sadducees, the Sadducees, they put him in front of a rod. They sent him away. To be gutted. To be dirty. You can't do that to a shadow. You can't do that to a spirit. Because see, our spirit, our shadow do everything we do. We feel it. We sense it, smell it, hear it, taste it. But the shadow just mimics our movement. You see what I'm saying? Like, Yahuah is Ruah, is spirit. We were never going to get to see him unless he did exactly what he did with us, with himself. Manifesting us all humans, human beings, mankind in the flesh, he manifested himself in the flesh. The first two letters tell you that that's Yahusha. Soon as you say Yah, you saying Yahuah, Yahusha. You saying Yahuah, Usha. You saying Yahusha HaMashiach. His name is in the Father's name. His name is in the Son's name. His name is in the Prophet's name. The Nabeen. We just broke it down right here today. People, pay very close attention to the video. Scoot up a chair and get real close and snug in tight. We're going for a ride. Now, let me take you to H80, 8160 and 8173. No specific order, no particular order, just however I'm led in the moment. H8160 reads this. From the root corresponding to H8159, or properly a look, a moment, an hour. So look, H8159, Shah. They left out the H, it says Sa here, at S-A. But a primitive root to gaze at. All the people was gazing and glaring and staring and looking and watching Yahusha hanging from that tree. And boy, did the earth, did the world shake, rattle and roll when he gave up his Ruah. Saying, forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. By implication, to inspect Miriam and the mother Miriam, they came hovering at his feet while at the tree. To what? To consider, to be compassionate. Look at that. Looking around in amazement or bewildered. Look at that. Depart, be dim, be dismayed. Looking away, regard, have respect, spare or turn. Same thing happened again. Yahusha, when he gave up his Ruah and passed out, fainted, and when he rose again, when he rose up on the third day, these very primitive roots in this Strong's Concordance is exactly what happened. It describes Yahusha HaMashiach. This is not something I can place in your lap, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, people, nations, tribes, Gentiles, Yahudim. I can't place this in your hand and say, here you go. You got to fan the flames. You got to fan the fire to get the message from the Ruach HaKodesh of Yahuah, Yahusha HaMashiach. You got to pour in to your vessel, pour into your being, pour into your soul, pour into your spirit, pour into your mind, body, and heart, so that Yahuah, Yahusha, can bestow upon your temple his Ruach. That way you can understand, overstand, and understand, and comprehend, and grasp the concept, get the gist of this whole breakdown. $81.73 Sa Shah. Good of good and a good acceptance, to look upon with complacency, fondle, please, or amuse, to look about, dismay and dismay, to stare, cry out, confusion, dandle, delight in self, play or shut. 7768. I'm gonna go over there. 7768. Shah. Once again, properly to be free. Who gives freedom? Who grants access to freedom? Whoever the Son sets free is free indeed. Who's the name of the Son? Yahusha HaMashiach. Huh? Yeah. Yeah. But used only causatively and reflexively to halut, for help. Freedom from some trouble. Hallelujah. Rumamu Yahuah. Yahusha HaMashiach. Cry aloud. Cry out. Shout. Yahusha is king. HaMashiach is king. Don't you know? Haven't you heard? Didn't you know? If you didn't know now, you know. 1888 states, Ha, H-A, even, so, lo, behold. You see that? So when the sky cracks open and our master comes in all his splendor and allure and grandeur and beauty, Yahuah, even the eyes of those that pierced him will see him. He will awake the living and the dead. Those that know him will know that it's him. We're not going to see 2 and 3 beings. We're going to see one being, and that one being is the man himself. The greatest man, the greatest king of all time, of this land of inheritance, the king of Yasharah, the king of Abraham, Isaac and Jacob, Yitzhak and Jacobi. We're going to behold a sight to see. And those of you who say that Yahusha is not Yahuah, you're going to bow down. You're going to bend the bow. You're going to bend the knee. You're going to take that plea with petition and supplication and thanksgiving and request. You're going to lower your head. You're going to lift up your hands in praise. Yada. To Yahusha. Yahusha HaMashiach. Huh? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely, yes. Most definitely. So, here's how we're going to do the back end of this segment of Yahusha is Yahuah, part 2. Right. Let's get some witnesses. We're going to go to the scriptures. 2009. And I want to point out, I'm going to start right in the prophets, the Nabim, and then I'm going to head over to the Mashiach writings. Let's go to Isaiah, Yashayahu, chapter 40. Okay? Let's head over there. Chapter 40. I want to start verse number 3. The voice of one crying in the wilderness, prepare the way of Yahuah. Make straight in the desert a highway for our Yahuah Elohim. Our Elohim. And this is the prophet Isaiah, Yashayahu, saying this. To make the path straight. Clear the roadway. Huh? Clear the roadways, the pathways. For Yahuah, Yahusha, our Yahuah, our Elohim, to come by here. Let every valley be raised, and every mountain and hill made low, and the steep ground shall become level, and the rough places smooth, and the esteem of Yahuah shall be revealed. How is Yahuah going to reveal his esteem so that we may exalt him, worship, praise, and honor him? I tell you, and all flesh together shall see it. I see some flesh and bone, skin and bone right here. Right here. That says we're going to bear witness. There are many that bore witness already, that came before us in the form of our forefathers, ancestors, and elders. One like Yahuchanan, John. He knew the Father was coming. Huh? Yashayahu, Isaiah, knew the Father was coming. Jeremiah, Yirmiyahu, knew the Father was coming. They just didn't know how he was going to come. And he came like a childlike form. He came in the size, shape, and fashion of a son. Did he not? Unless you become like children, you will not enter the reign. Unless you become like children, you will not see the kingdom of Yahuah Elohim. Huh? And all flesh together shall see it, for the mouth of Yahuah has spoken. The voice said, cry out. And he said, what do I cry? All flesh is grass, and all its loving commitment is like the flower of the field. Grass shall wither, the flower shall be Shalaki, the flower shall fade when the spirit of Yahuah has blown on it. Truly the people is grass. Grass shall wither, the flower shall fade, but the word of Yahuah Elohim stands forever. Now, I want to read down to verse 11 now. We're getting someplace. We're getting somewhere. Hallelujah. You who bring good news, the great news, the Basurah, to Zion, get up into the high mountain. You who bring the great news, the Basurah, to Yerushalayim, lift up your voice with strength, lift it up, be not afraid. Say to the cities of Yehudah, see your Yahuah Elohim. See, the Master Yahuah comes with strength. He's coming with strength. Strong, powerful, and mighty as he is. And his arm rules for him. Him. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, Yahudah, Yahudi, Yahudim, Kadashim, Mishpaka, him. It says him. It says his arm rules for him. Not their arms rule for him. Or rule for them. He says his and he said him. Watch this. See his reward. He said his reward. Not our reward. He said, see, his reward is with him. Not them, not they, not those, not us, not we, him. And his recompense before him. His recompense before him. His, him, his. One. One Yahuah, Yahusha. One Yahusha, Yahuah. Stop breaking him up. What you breaking him up for? What you busting him up for? What you splitting him apart for? When clearly he's stating who he is. Yet, we confuse ourselves, swindle and bamboozle and dupe and get tricked and deceived in the church building, in the huts, in the temple buildings. Because we want him to be what we want him to be, selfishly. We feel like we got the need, like we got the call, the charge, and the authority and dominion over him. Not. Absolutely not. Yahuah, Yahusha HaMashiach, do as he please. There ain't nothing we can do about it, nothing we can do to stop it. Case in point, he made it very evident that he's one. Let's read on. He feeds his flock. Let that breathe for a moment. He feeds his flock. Not we feed our flock. He said he feeds his flock. Yeah. 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 Uh-huh. Like a what? A shepherd. Who's the shepherd? Yahusha. Yahusha HaMashiach. That's who. That's who. He gathers the lambs. You lamb. I'm lamb. You're a lamb. I'm a lamb. He gathers us lambs. He did that. When you got delivered, when you had that personal meetup, that personal meet and greet, whatever your testimonial and your devotional and your story and your backdrop and your background is with Yahushua HaMashiach, you felt him. You didn't feel them. You felt the Father in the flesh visiting with you in your cold spot, in your lukewarm spot, in your dark spot, or your dark days, or when you was laid and bathed and fall back in the shade. Huh? When you're shiesty, trifling, and conniving, and fugazi, and sedity, and bougie. The days of old, who do you think met up with you? Who do you think the shepherd was that met up with you? Who do you think he left the 99 to get the 1 for when he came for you? Huh? I'll wait. It was Yahusha. It is so. It has been. It is done. It is written too. And it is finished. Oh yes, indeed. Yahusha HaMashiach came to you. He came to see you. Yeah. He met you where you was at, where you were. He came and got you. Out that foxhole, out that rabbit hole, out that snake hole, out that snake pit, out that deep ditch, out that deep pitfall. Out that quicksand, out that mud. And you don't think he the Father? How ignorant can you be? That's conniving. That's trifling. Downright disrespectful. And let me tell you what happens. Yahusha is disgruntled and discouraged and displeased and dissatisfied and disappointed when you don't think what he said is really what it is, what he meant. We trying to twist it, turn it, plot twist, spin twist. We trying to do all the buster move on his word. And ain't got a clue, hint, idea what we be saying or telling people. Huh? Let's read on. He gathers the lambs with his arm and carries them in his bosom. Right there. Outstretched arms, mighty strong hands. Pow, pow. Who gonna pluck him out? Who gonna pluck you out of his hands? The mighty strong hand and outstretched arms of Yahuah, Yahusha HaMashiach. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Carries them in his bosom, gently leading those who are with the young. Let's go down to verse 21, shall we? Same chapter, Isaiah, Yashayahu, chapter 40, verse 21 starts off like this. Did you not know? Did you not know? Have you not heard? Has it not been declared to you from the beginning? Have you not understood from the foundations of the earth? It is he who sits above the circle of the earth. Didn't we say, right, that this right here, Yahuah, means it is I am he, it is me, Yahusha HaMashiach, sitting on that throne. Like this. Left hand over here, right hand over here. We just went over that Yah, Y-A, means he is the right creator. He is the right-handed creator. So if Yahusha sitting at the right hand of the Father, don't you think that he is the Father? Look at that. Look. You see how that right hand waves high and by like that? Yahusha is the Father. In Ruah, he's Yahuah. In the flesh, he's Yahusha. Yahuah. Yahusha HaMashiach. He owns the throne. He owns the earth. He coming back for it. Let's read. And its inhabitants are like grasshoppers. Wee bitty grasshoppers. That'd be something like us, wouldn't it? That'd be something like the creatures that he created, his creation, wouldn't you say? Who stretches out the heavens like a curtain. Let it be light, boink. Let it be night, boink. Let it be day, boink. Morning, afternoon, let it be dark. Night. And spreads them out like a tent to dwell in, who brings princes to naught, shall make the rulers of the earth as emptiness. Did you not know? Verse 28. Have you not heard? The everlasting Alua Elohim, Yahuah, the creator of the ends of the earth. And when the great and faithful day comes at the end of the earth, what did Revelation say? It said his name, didn't it? Yahusha. In that great and faithful day, Yahusha Messiah, Mashiach, Yashaya, HaMashiach. Will be there. Oh yes, he will. Yes, he will. Let's get another witness. Let's get another. Let's go to Matthew. Matthew chapter 17. Why don't we do that? Matthew chapter 17. Verse 1 to 8. Matter of fact, let's do 1 to 9. And after 6 days, Yahusha took Kapha, Peter, Jacob, Jacob, and Yehuchanan, John, his brother, and brought them up on a high mountain by themselves. And he's the high priest, right? Yahusha the high priest. Ha-Kadan. Ha-Kahan. Shalakia. Kahan. And he was transformed. People, you not hearing me? He was transformed before them. And his face shone like the sun. So, if I transform my face, and it turned into this light that's in this place, don't you think my face gonna be invisible after that? Yeah, he showed Kepha, Peter, Jacob, Yahuchanan, John, that he's Yahuah. Right in their face. Point blank, up close and personal. Period. Exclamation point. Look it. His face shone like the sun. He was transformed before them. His face shone like the sun, and his garments became white as the light. And see, Moshe and Eliyahu appeared to them, talking with him. So Moses, Moshe, and Eliyahu, Elijah, saw Yahusha and was speaking to him. Talking to him. Just like how I'm talking to y'all right now. I'm here, you guys over there, seeing me, y'all hearing me, talk to y'all. Now look, and Kepha answering said to Yahusha, Master, is it good for us to be here? If you wish, let us make here 3 shelters, one for you, one for Moshe, and one for Eliyahu. While he was still speaking, see, a bright cloud overshadowed them, and see, a voice came out of the cloud, saying, This is my son, the beloved, in whom I delight. Hear him. And when the top ones heard, they fell on their faces and were much afraid. But Yahusha came near and touched them and said, Rise, and do not be afraid. And having lifted up their eyes, they saw no one but Yahusha. You still don't think that Yahusha is Yahuah? If there's a voice coming from the heavens, while Yahusha's still standing right there with Elijah, with Moses, with John, with Jacob, with Peter. He was standing right there while that voice came out of the Shama, out of the Shamayim. So that means that's him. He's him. He is who he say he is. The ruler, Yahusha HaMashiach, that was his voice. They heard the voice, fell flat, bent the bow, bent the knee, lowered their head, lifted it up in praise, Yada. And then they wanted to see where that voice was coming from. Who was that? And all they saw was the Mashiach. All they saw was HaMashiach, HaKahan, Messiah, Yashaya, Yahusha. Yahusha is Yahuah. Proof right here. Isaiah chapter 40, Matthew chapter 17, Matita Yahu, chapter 17. Write this stuff down. Jot it down, annotate it, whatever you got to do. Pen and a pad, notebook, composition book. And as they were coming down from the mountain, Yahusha commanded them, saying, Do not mention the vision to anyone until the Son of Man is raised from the dead. See that? Ruma Abba, Yahuah, Yahusha, Rumamu. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sweating. Oh, I feel it. I feel him. I feel him. Mark chapter 9. Let's go to Marcus. Oh, I feel him. Marcus chapter 9. Yahusha HaMashiach is Yahuah. Indeed. Of course. Ooh, 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 ooh. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hashem, Barakatah, Yahusha, Hamashiach. Matthew, Pt.2, chapter 17, first 9 verses. Marcus, chapter 9, verse number 2, all the way to verse number 9. And he said to them, truly, truly, I say to you, that there are some standing here who shall not taste of death at all until they see the reign of Yahuah Elohim coming in power, having come in power. And after 6 days, Yahusha took Kapha and Jacob and Yahuchanan, and led them up on a high mountain alone by themselves, and he was transformed before them, showing them that he was Yahuah, showing them that he's Yahuah, showing them that he's Elohim, showing them that he's Elohim. And his garments became glittering, exceedingly white like snow, such as no launderer on earth is able to whiten. You see that? And there appeared to them Eliyahu with Masha, and they were talking with Yahusha. And Kapha, responding, said to Yahusha, Rabbi, is it good? Is it great? For us to be here, and let us make 3 shelters, one for you, one for Masha, and one for Eliyahu, because he did not know what to say, for they were exceedingly afraid. And there came a cloud overshadowing them, and a voice came up the cloud, saying, this is my son, the beloved, hear him. And suddenly looking around, they no longer saw anyone with them but Yahusha. That is some great, fantastic, outstanding, fabulous power right there. Ruma Yahuah, Yahusha. Rumamu Abba Yahuah, Yahusha, Mashiach. And as they were coming down from the mountain, he ordered them not to relate to anyone what they saw till the Son of Man has risen from the dead. It says, and they kept the matter to themselves, debating what the rising from the dead meant. Look at that. See that? They themselves didn't even perceive it. Couldn't even believe their eyes. Couldn't even fathom it. And they were there. They was right there. Taking part. Taking a portion in seeing the transformation itself. From Yahusha to Yahuah. Because he already went from Ruah, Yahuah, Alua to Yahusha. Prior to coming down and getting immersed, the dove comes out of the clouds, coming out of the Shamayim, and landed on Yahusha and Yahusha alone. Didn't land on Yahuchanan, the immerser. Didn't land on none of the people surrounding Yahuchanan, the immerser, at the body of water they was at, but it landed on Hamashiach, HaKahan, Hosea, in the highest. Let me mark this off. Let me mark it off. Let's do Lucas. Luke. And the chapter is 9. I want to say 9. Yeah, it's 9. And the verse is 20. 26. 26, 27. I'll start there. For whoever is ashamed of me and my words, of him the Son of Man shall be ashamed when he comes in his esteem and in his Father's, and of the set apart messengers. But truly, I say to you, there are some standing here who shall not taste death at all till they see the reign of Yahuah, Elohim. And it came to be about 8 days after these words, taken with him, Kapha and Yehukanan and Jacob, he went up to the mountain to Palau to pray. And it came to be, as he prayed, the appearance of his face changed. You know what change means, people, right? Just like these people out here getting plastic surgery. Just like these people out here getting these back shots, butt shots, facelifts, boob jobs, nose jobs. Y'all know the whole bit. You know the whole 9 yards and the whole third too. Come on with it. Right. But truly, I say to you, there's some that won't even stand here and taste death. That's what Yahusha said. Till the reign of Yahuah Elohim. Right. And it came to be, he prayed. Palau, appearance of his face changed. His garment dazzling white. And see, 2 men were talking with him, who were Masha and Yahuah, who having appeared in esteem, spoke of his death, which he was about to complete at Jerusalem. But Kapha and those with him were heavy with sleep, and having awakened, they saw his esteem and the 2 men standing with him. And it came to be, as they were parting from him, Kapha said to Yahusha, Master, is it good for us to be here? Is it great for us to be here? And let us make 3 shelters, one for you, and one for Masha, and one for Yahuah, not knowing what he said. And as he was saying this, a cloud came and overshadowed them. And they were afraid as they entered the cloud. And a voice came out of the cloud saying, This is my son, the beloved. Hear him. And when the voice had spoken, Yahusha was found alone. Hallelujah. All alone. The one and true. The one and only. And they were silent and reported to no one in those days of any of what they had seen. More proof. 4 witnesses in a row that Yahusha proved, showed, and expressed that he is Yahuah. Yahusha is Yahuah. There were some questions that were left in my comments that I would like to answer. I'm not gonna mention any names, not gonna say names, not gonna name drop, but I am going to expound upon those questions before we get up out of here. And I hope that everyone got something out of the study, out of the lesson today. And this is just what has been revealed to me and unveiled to me, and my eyes have been open to. But here's a question. There's a question that someone left me, and I like to address it just a little bit. So I just want to say this, right? That Yahusha came to show us how to be children. He came to show us how to be a son and how to be a daughter to the Father. That he himself is. He himself took it upon himself, stripping himself, manifesting himself to come and do that for us, do that ultimate sacrifice for us, so that we didn't have to pay it. So we didn't have to pay that price. So practically, basically, we've been bought with a price by Yahusha HaMashiach. So we ought to be grateful and appreciative and thankful for Yahusha HaMashiach, and stop saying that he's not our Father when he is. What father doesn't shepherd? Do you want a father that doesn't shepherd? Would you want a shepherd that doesn't nurse? Because that's exactly what Yahusha is. A nursing father. A protective father. Okay? Now, he said, unless we become like children, we won't even see the reign of Yahuah Elohim. We won't even see the reign, the kingdom. So, what better way for us to show him? What better way for us to learn that, to discern that, to get that, than what he did for us, to come here and grace us with his presence, and to be in our midst. What better way than for him to visit us with visitation? Okay? All right? The voice from the heavens was Yahusha's. They thought, Kapha, Peter, Jacob, Yohanan, John, Yehukanan, they thought they was going to see another person. But all they saw was Yahusha. His face changed and his garments, attire, his clothing changed. White as snow. Face radiant as the sun. Bright, glimmering and shining. Brightly. How is that not enough for us to believe that he's the Father? How is that not enough? He raised Lazarus from the dead. If he raised Lazarus from the dead, you don't think he can raise himself from the dead? If you had one piece of chicken left on your plate, you don't think he could put 2 more, 3 more pieces of chicken on your plate? That's how almighty Yahuah, Emmanuel is. Yahusha HaMashiach. Yahuah, Almighty Yahuah. Yahuah, Almighty is with us, is what Yahusha HaMashiach name stands for. That's what it means. That's what it's about. Now, I can't drill that through any of your heads. The one who is sent has to draw you. And that's Yahusha HaMashiach. If he don't draw you near, nothing is going to click or make a jam in your head that I say. It's just going to offend you. You're going to get defensive. You're going to be all types of bad attitude and just say outlandish things and stuff like that. So you can't. Here's the thing: when he perished, right? When he died, you can't kill what's immortal. Yahusha is an immortal being. You can't off him and unalive him. So, yes, he rose himself from that grave. He said what he was going to do before he even died. Huh? Come on, somebody. He said what he was going to do before he even passed away. He said in 3 days, I'm going to rise. I'm going to rise up. He said, tear this building down and I'll rebuild it in 3 days. Huh? Yeah. 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 Yahusha rolled the stone away. He rose Lazarus from the dead. He rose himself from the dead too. And he came and rescued you, and you. And delivered you, and you. And me too. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. That's right. That's right. So, I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on that, but there's another person that was showing up, saying all these other names, right? So now I'm about to expose the other names, and I'm going to give you guys something to think about. Now watch this. I'm going to expose this for you all watching out there. So here's the thing. Boom. This is what I'm going to do. Right? So, you see down here at the bottom? Now look. You got this J-E. Hold up. Missing a little bit. I'm missing a little bit here. There we go. So we got this J-E-H-O-V-A-H down there. That's only 800 years old. Stop dropping that in my comments. Yeah? Yeah, study more. I pointed the arrow right to it. 800 years old. Do the math. Because the math ain't mathing. How could that be Yahusha's name? Huh? How could that be Yahuah's name? The JC character right there, 400, 500 years old. 482 years to be exact. Now you look over here in Hebrew, Yahusha, name is 3,000 years old. Way older than the English language and way older than the Anglo-Saxon and the Greek and the Celtic, right? And the European and all those other indigenous crap that they put out there. The Greek, the Dutch, the Germanic, the French, the Latin, it's older than all those languages. So now you got this YHWH. They slipped that W in there. And you got what? That's a deity. It's a rooster. It's a rooster snake. It's like a rooster chicken snake deity. A pagan Gnostic deity. And it's only, you can do the math. You see 1859. That's the year when they came up with that bogus mess right there. All right? So that ain't his name. Stop putting that in my comments. And the one that I'm talking to, the ones that I'm talking to, they know who they are. If they show back up, it's gonna prove it's gonna be a show and prove. It's a show and tell right here. And then you got this whole you got the God, right? This is the span. This AD and this BCE, this CE is the span that these names have come about. And that's the 1700s to the 1850s. And that ain't only but a couple of 100 years old. 200-300, you know? The math just not mathing for these names. The God, there's different time constraints and time frames on that name. Look, 1610s through the 1890s. Right through until the 1940s, 50s, and 60s. Right there. So, there's no absolute way that Yahusha's name could be confused with those other dotty potty mighty ones. Okay? So look, let me write something out. Boom. I'm gonna write something for this person that came over here talking about this, and this and that, right? I'm gonna show you something. Boom. Look this. Feast your eyes on this. Boom. That one right there. Boom. Boom. Then you got, you just wait right there. I'm just gonna give people a general idea because it's so many. How could they be Yahusha? How could it be Yahuah? You know what I mean? How could it be Yahuah, Yahusha? When you say and call on the stuff that y'all put in my comments. So I'm gonna show you something. What's hidden? What's hidden? Hidden meaning behind the stuff that y'all be saying. Now look. I'm just gonna put a few of them. Let's put this. Boom. And let's put this. Boom. And let's put this. Boom. Right here. Alright? Alright. Okay? Now look. Somebody came to my comments and they put, isn't he this right here? The ELOHIM. So feast your eyes on the board. That's what the E stand for. That's what it equals. That's what the L stand for. And that's what it equals. That's what the O stand for, the H stand for, the I stands for, and the M stands for. Take a picture, write it down, screenshot it. It don't matter. It don't make a difference. That ain't his name though. So quit calling him that. Like I said, if your name was Bob, you want to be called corn on the cob? I don't think so. You know, so yeah. Let's get rid of all the heathenry. You know? Because it's a bastardized language when it comes to these names now. Okay? And it means you no good. Like it don't mean you well. The intent is to keep you under the strong illusion and the strong delusion. That's what it's built to do. I don't know how people still keep calling on this stuff. And there's more to them than that. It's probably like 300 plus other mighty ones. Other deities that I don't even want to get into all of them. But I'm just going to show y'all a few. Because a lot of y'all keep saying this, that, and the third. So I'm going to show you something. Watch this. Boom. 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 This just off the top of my head that I could think of, but it's so many more, you all. So many. And let's debunk all the confusion. Let's debunk all the confusion and okay. Boom. Put that right here. Boom. And just say yeah, that's the one. Boom. Yeah. And I'm me just put this right here. Boom. Because now look, y'all keep coming to my comments saying this, and I bet y'all don't even know that these are who is behind that word, that term. Look up the etymology on this stuff, y'all. Stop coming to me trying to brush off your understanding, your limited understanding and discernment onto me, when I actually know that I'm looking this stuff over, and I have a relationship with Yahuah, Yahusha HaMashiach. I have a relationship, and we gotta have connection and a bond and a partnership, a straight line of communication. We can't just be saying what man gave you, because man give you a lollipop. Does that make you friends? But man, you know what I'm saying? But man give you a sucker or give you $1, does that make you friends? No, it doesn't. Like, they just being, generous or something like that. But just because man gave it to you, don't mean you supposed to just take it and run. I'm just pointing this stuff out. I'm just gonna point this stuff out because I'm debunking what I'm tired of looking at. Like, it's just, I'm fed up. I'll be sick. Like, I'm so rejoiced. I count it all joy that Yahusha sustains me and maintains me, because I'd have been and lost it. Okay? So now I want you to see this. I want you to see this too. Because y'all be thinking that this be his name when it's not. Look at this, y'all. Stop the madness. Stop the press. Look. Boom. 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 Because this is all right. So look. I'm gonna just write it down. Got it written down, so I'm gonna just write it down. So all to see. So I'm gonna write a few. Yeah, that's not it. This is the one. Yeah, that's the one. Okay. Now feast your eyes on this. People like to say this. Keep on saying that. It's like, look who you calling on. Look. And then y'all wonder why you can't get Baruch. You can't get Barakah. You can't get favor. Because y'all keep calling on this. Look. And look up this stuff that I'm showing y'all on the board. And you will find out who that is. There's a whole lot more. But I'm not going to go into depth on that. But I am going to expose all y'all that's saying stuff that you ain't got no clue, any idea, or no hint what y'all are saying. So allow me to demonstrate and set the record straight and set the sample and set up the standard. Because this ain't it. This not it. So I'm going to bust this down. Now watch. I'm going to get y'all right before we get up out of here. Now, watch this. Pardon my board, but I'm going in today. So, I'm going to just, that's what I'm going to do. Yeah. So, look at this. Boom, boom. You got, Okay? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna say this. Look at this. Boom. This is not who our maker and creator, our master, our sovereign is. It's not. Okay? I'm gonna put this. Boom. Boom. I ain't even gonna put all of them on here, but you guys will get the drift. You guys will get the picture. Boom, boom, boom. Then let's put boom right there. And I'm gonna put one more. Nah, that's good enough. That's fine. Now look now. Y'all see how y'all be coming and saying, Jay, you know what? You know the rest? This is there you go right there. You know? And it's just a whole plethora of mighty ones. And so the E one that we covered means many. And I wrote it down in there. So when this is over, you guys can play that back, rewind that back. And I put it right in there. The M-I-N, the M-E-N-I, and all of that is O-L-Y-M-P-I-A. You can look that up too. I ain't gonna do it for you, because I do this to show myself approved to our Father in heaven. Yahuah, Yahusha HaMashiach. Right. So look, I'm gonna put down this. Boom, boom. It means this right here. Now look, this one gonna blow you right here. This one gonna blow you. And I'm just gonna put a few. Just a few. Because it's a bunch. Matter of fact, not even this one. This ain't even one. I think I'm gonna give y'all the other one. I'm gonna give y'all the other one. Yeah. I'll give you the other one first. Let's give you the other one first. Let's break that down. Let's give you that. So, let's do boom, right? Let's go here with it. Boom, boom. Let's say this person. Right there. Boom. It's man. Wild. I mean, I'll just keep it simple, but it's okay. You can do boom. Put that right there. And then this one, you can put and it's a bunch. And for those that still saying Still saying that CH, you know what I'm talking about. Look, I mean, let me put one more, so people can get that warm and fuzzy. Look now, look again. See that down there, man? This is why he said, have no other you know what's before me. Make no mention of the other you know what's, mighty ones. So stop coming with the extra stuff. Stop coming to me with the religion stuff, with the denomination stuff. I'm not with any denomination. I'm not with any groups or camps. I'm not with any man-made tradition. I'm not with any of that. I'm not with the tradition of men. So I'm not finna co-sign with y'all's, lazy approach to y'all's faith. Last days go and slothful approach to your faith. Like you ain't putting no work in, no hard labor, no toil of your hands, and then you want to sob about, have a pity party about not bearing no fruit. It's like you ain't putting in. How Yahuah HaMashiach finna Baruch in favor of that? Huh? All right. So look at this. I'm gonna give you two more. Look. I'm gonna look. Watch this. Boom. This is what a lot of people under right here. This is what a lot of people under. I'll say this. Boom. Boom. And boom. I mean, simple. Real simple. It's the evil stuff. This is some evil. The things that y'all be seeing in your little TV shows and your little movies and your little cartoons, it be them pagan mighty ones. I'm telling y'all right now, it be them pagan other deities, them other GDs, LRDs. It be them. Now look, I'm gonna put this in here for all y'all. Let's give you that. I'll give you boom. Okay? Bear with me. Now look. Now. You see that right there? People are under the OATH now. And this is who they bowing down to. This who they selected and elected to serve, honor, worship, and praise, and give esteem and exaltation. These little GODS's and GODDESS's right there. All right. So stop. This is the warning shot. Cause I'm gonna get to blocking some people. I've been reproofing and correcting and rebuking some people with love and stuff, but it's getting too much now. It's a little bit too much, and I don't want it throwing me off, because I'm here to help the ones that's on the same string of accordance as me, on the same sheet of music as me, not for nothing. On the same boat, the same category, in the same box, we marching to the same beat. See, everybody is trying to get to the prize, and get to the award, to the crown, but don't want to chip in. Right? Last one. All right. Last one I'm gonna do. Now this one gone, hey. This one got some, I'm just gonna put, oh yeah, yeah. So, it's sucks to boom. Let me do, yeah. Then let's do one more. We got the E. Let's do something like this. E. And I'll just put a familiar one right there. For everybody at home watching. All right? Now see this? A lot of people take the OATH, and when they take the OATH, they are now under the CURSE. And look at what is behind that. You see that? It's crying shame, ain't it? Make you want to shake your head. Pitiful. Very deflating. See what I'm talking about? So, please, refrain from, just putting any old thing on my account, on my page, on my handle. Especially when you come to the page and come to the handle and see that nothing is being talked about over here that you're talking about or that you're dropping off. You're dropping baggage off that you didn't even see anything that's familiar or looks remotely even close to what you're posting on your page or what you're commenting on other pages that look similar to yours. And furthermore, some of y'all don't even have no content or material on your channel, on your page. So why should I let you come to my page, and try to flip the script and pull the flip-de whoop-de-doo, the switcheroo, and try to come to my station and get me to alter what I'm standing for, what I'm standing on. So I don't come to your channel and your account and your handle bashing you and thrashing you and trashing you, so please, if you come to my channel, my account, my handle, look at what's being posted, read what's being posted, before you go and fat finger whatever you're gonna fat finger. All right, I know we get the butterfingers sometimes and we want to say something really, really bad because we think we have, some insightful details and information that someone else might not have. But some of us have really been about this life for a long time, so some of us have really been, in that standing in the gap, standing in the trenches, being a prayer, Palal warrior, and everything like this. So we hear from the Father. We hear from Yahuah, Yahusha. Okay? I hear from Yahuah, Yahusha. There's nothing that side of my former life, of my old life, can tell me now. Because I done been there, done that. and that was not factual. It was not actual factual, and it was not true, and it's not truth. So, with all that being said, I had fun with this, and this is Yahuah, Pt.2, getting ready to sign off here. Again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do that. Hit the bell icon. If you like the video and what it entailed, and you got something from it, and now your ears and your eyes have bore witness to a thing or two that you was trying to get that revelation on and get it revealed and unveiled, and you was trying to get that reassurance. Well, please continue to keep stopping by and and drop in here and there, and just tune in and watch. You witnessing ascension right now. Yahusha is doing something with me, and I'm here for it. I'm all for it. And I know the video gets a little long sometimes. It may be, under an hour. It may be an hour, 50 minutes. It may be 2 hours. So you don't have to watch it in one sitting. We all need our eyes rested from socials at times, here and there sometimes. So, just go back and forth and, come back here and there, and until you've seen the whole thing. That's all I ask. Don't go and judge, based off the looks or the appearance of someone. Don't judge the book by its cover. Get to know the person. Find out what it is he or she has to offer, especially myself. Like, for those of you who are here and been here and just came here and subscribed and followed, I'm not, gonna pull no punches here. I'm not gonna bite my tongue. I'm gonna put out what I've gotten. So, brace for that impact, and just, enjoy the ride. It's time to go high. It's time to elevate high. It's time to, segregate yourself from the rest. Like, it's time for you to, when you come out of isolation, stand on that set apartness and Kardash. Don't be bashful. Don't be shy at all. Like, that's what I'm here to do. And so, this is going to be a very extraordinary channel. I don't know what other podcasters are doing what, but I know for me, I'm just going off the grace and mercy, the warm and grace of Yahusha, put me in this disposition, put me in this predicament, this situation, this circumstance, because I've been in isolation, and I've been in the quiet, in the calm, in the still, just me and Yahusha alone, and that's the best time to learn. That's the best time to get educated. So, but I'm Emmanuel Pt.2. I like to be on here for as long as I possibly can till it's time to go to sleep and bedtime and everything. But I'm gonna get on up out of here. Be sure to watch part 3 whenever I'm led by the Ruach HaKodesh. All praise, honor, worship, and esteem to Yahuah Alua, Yahusha HaMashiach, our Heavenly Father, our King, our Sovereign, our Master, our wonderful Counselor. And this has been a pleasure and a privilege to be here amongst you all. And until the next time, till I see you again. Yada Yahuah forever and ever. Yada Yahuah forevermore. Barak Yahuah on high to the highest of highs. Barak Yahuah always. Yahusha HaMashiach is King. King of Kings. Prince of Peace. The one true Savior, Redeemer, Healer, and Deliverer of my being, your being, my vessel, your vessel, your temple and my temple. Baruch and favor be with you all, and shalom, shalom. It's Emmanuel Matif Yahuah, signing out.